I've played this game a lot. That is true, but it's also just to my point, just like, you can manage without it. I am playing on the hardest difficulty here, so I'm going to use it when I can, as it seems fit. You gonna...
What can we do for you, Commander?
You gonna play the dialogue?
Lamplight Station. A civilian mining station, but nearly every miner in Bethel is protectorate aligned.
We don't need to risk the fleet at this backwater. There's no strategic value here. Let's just bypass it.
Sirs, FFE 681 is in the link. Looks like they're docked at the station. We've got civilian traffic in the area as well.
That changes things. Why one of our E-War frigates is docked at a station like this is anybody's guess.
For the record, this is like one of my favorite maps, just in terms of design.
Alliance Fleet, this is Atticus Wyman, Station Chief of Lamplight. We've been expecting you ever since your frigate arrived a few days ago.
What is the status of our ship, Mr. Wyman?
Minor damage from being bucked around in hyperspace. Well, we've repaired the majority of it.
On the house.
If you don't mind my asking, how'd you get past the blockade? It's ironclad last I heard.
I'm afraid I can't answer that, Lamplight. Is Commander Cutler on board?
The commander? I believe he is, but I can't say for certain. The piers are over an hour away on station transit, so I can't get him for you immediately. And their comm system took a serious beating, and unfortunately, we don't carry replacement parts for military radio equipment. If your frigate is any indicator, I'm sure you're in similar shape. You must be low on fuel and supplies, yes? I'm willing to extend our hospitality. In fact, we have a number of open berths ready.
I hate to admit it, but he's correct. Even with the strict rationing since we lost Great Salt Sea in hyperspace, we're seriously running low. We really could do with supplies, and we barely have enough fuel for one more transit.
I don't trust the miners, but I have to agree. We need everything we can get right now. I say we keep our weapons ready, get our frigate, fuel up, and get out of here.
Right, anyways. A couple questions from chat. The one EWAR frigate. There is more. The astute of you, I'm just going to pause here for a second. The astute of you will have noticed in the introductory cutscene showing the Task Force Alder in hyperspace transiting along, you had multiple destroyers. You had a couple of Axwords. You had 3 CLs. You had other frigates. You had corvettes. Those all got lost. This is a very, very unplotted hyperspace route, which makes you wonder just how much of the OSP force got lost when they went through it to hit you guys. Think about that one.
We're ready when you
It
are,
took so much to
Commander.
get out 3 CLs. Yep, if you look in the cutscene, you will see there is the drive signature, like, shaping thing of 3 CLs. They've got their distinctive, like, diamond pattern of engines there. So, yeah, you could have had the whole Birch. The Long Lance would have been joined by the, I don't know, the Perilous Pike or something, or the Holy Halberd. Your choice of whatever you want to say for pole arms in those. All right, because I want to do something different. We're going to do something funny and go underneath, because I don't think anyone has done this before. Or at least not that I've seen. So, yeah, we're going this way. That's funny. Dude, and then dude. Mainly because I don't actually remember what happens if you go under, so, yeah. Lamplight organized the exclusion, likely, right? No, this is a civilian... So, okay, to address this. This is a civilian mining station. The only reason this is at all on your radar is because your frigate is here. It would be completely glossed over. Like, there's probably a dozen other, like, mining stations like Lamplight in this kind of outer asteroid cluster along here. The only significance is your frigate is here. Crucible is a empty asteroid cluster, which only you went to because, you know, there's your cruiser. Your actual targets would be these. Iron Spindle, major target here. This was marked in the, like, briefing thing. Blackwall, this is a Protectorate shipyard. That's a major target. Bitter Meridian, that's a refinery. That's a pretty big, important thing to hit. Nabmag Asteroid is a convenience thing, but not a, like, critical thing. And then you get Bulwark as your end goal, which is the big, hey, we should blow up this thing to draw the enemy off the gate. So yeah, like, literally the only reason that you're at this target is because your frigate is here. I've got a bit of a bone to pick with some people who are like, oh, why would you ever, like, bother with this station thing? We should just destroy the whole station. It's like, guys, this is a civilian target. Like, this is, if you look at its design, actually, this is essentially a airport with, like, a bunch of industrial stuff. You've got a blast furnace over here. You've got a couple of these various like storage tanks. You've got down here. This is probably where you've got like, I think because these are all fusion or something. Like this is like the hydrogen gas or whatever like handy thing there. There's also the in-universe explanation, which is stable because you don't
Seems
try and
like
attack
a
civilian
lot of
targets.
ships are in an awful hurry to get out of here.
Yeah, there's whole like lore reasons of just why you don't blow up everything, and it's even explained in the intro. It's like, hey, yeah, that whole attack on the Harper Fund Agricultural Station, that was a major war crime. You don't do that. Yeah, the in-universe explanation for stuff requires a small modicum of thought of why don't we just play this like it's I don't know Warhammer 40k or stuff. Like, let's address this from these are actual militaries with rules of engagement and other things like that.
We're underway, Commander.
Okay, we need to fix our formations
Awaiting
a little
orders,
bit.
Commander.
Like that.
Falling
You guys in line like such. There we go.
Warming up.
It's got to be expensive as hell. Yeah. Well, it's a space like age thing, so part of the thing actually is that building in space is not as expensive as you might think, because a lot of the price for what we do with orbital infrastructure is getting the damn thing up there in the first place. Once you're in space and have things like this giant blast furnace over here with its like ability to refine a bunch of asteroids and things, you can make most of your stuff up here pretty easily. Obviously, there's some things like heavier metals or such that you'll need from certain areas where they are found, so that's a little harder to do. But still, with the tech era that Neb is set in, it's pretty reasonable to get about these things. So, station was whacked by unaligned terrorists, which we in Bethel condemn in the strongest terms. Exactly. So you get that thing. If I was smart, I would have run ad break intermission on the like actual transit into the levels. So
We're ready
tell you
when
what,
are,
folks,
Commander.
because we got to go on our little intermission-y thing here, and we want to do that
We're
before
ready when
anything
you
fun
are,
happens.
Commander.
Are we okay with just doing like a little 3-minute in-level break thing? I'll probably cut this out of the video as it goes up on YouTube or whatever, but for the most part, we'll just be sitting here chilling and just, take a little time off. Sound good? Don't want anyone to lose anything there, so. Actually, I'm going to take that opportunity to put up the Be Right Back screen. I will grab myself some water because my bottle's about, it's not quite like empty, but it's close to it, and we'll set that up. Does Neb have artificial gravity? Yes, it's why there's a distinctive up for all these ships and such. So you get these stations with a vertical kind of layout like that, and yeah, it's one of those kind of hand wave things that's accepted in many sci-fi settings. So don't get too picky about that. It makes sense for the universe and to keep it consistent. Anyways, folks, I'm going to drink some water right now and then head on to the break. So be right back. Lovely big sippy. Okay, folks, be right back to chat amongst yourselves. Meow meow. Alrighty, Avignon. Thanks for being patient. I got a little too excited there and forgot to run that break between levels, so whoops on my part. Anyways, sitting back down, we got ourselves some more water, and we're going to resume our silliness here. So, yeah.
Receiving.
Going under the map, as it were,
Ready
because
when
that's
you are,
kind of
Commander.
funny. I'm going to drop you guys down to 2/3 speed so
Receiving.
that the windy can keep up here. We'll launch our sundials as well, because, I mean, hey, why not? Get all of our fighters here. Oh, yeah, I control click. Okay, I can't control click all those, but if I select these guys, that's... No, it just lets me view them. Okay. Shift? Control shift? No. I thought there's a way to select all of them, but... Just me deselect all. Okay. Control click. No, this lets me view these ones as well, but I don't have a way of selecting all fighters without doing the whole click and drag thing. So yeah, we'll just load up Void Soup Light. I like to do the Void Soup Light because it makes it so these can arm a little bit faster. If you see the difference here, we got a 30-second versus a 60-second arming time. I think that it's better to have the lighter loadouts here because most of the time I'm used to Tontos having centerline fuel tank anyways, so getting more than that is a little bit excessive. Plus, this means I can sortie out more fighters faster, and then I have just better overall air presence. So, yeah, kind of my way of doing things. All right, some of these bombers here, we will load them up as well with Torps. So, just that. There we go, 4 bombers. Load up with Torps, and then we'll get a bunch of you guys as our combat air patrol. Yay.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Windy's coming along. We got Lance cruising along here at 2/3 speed, which is pretty close to Windy. We're going to drop you down to 1/3 speed, actually, so Windy
Awaiting
can
orders,
catch up.
Commander.
She's not the fastest gal, but she's quite good.
Affirmative.
Void Soup. Squiggles gets her own loadout. Ooh, that is a
Standing
good
by.
point, actually. What would Void Soup taste like? I know in, what's that game? Stardew Valley, there's, like, the, void egg stuff you can
Aye, aye,
get,
Commander.
and I think you
Moving
can make
out.
void mayonnaise. I
What
remember
can we
seeing
do
memes
for you,
about that.
Commander?
It's like, oh, what the evil void mayonnaise taste like? It's like, I don't know. Put it on your sandwich, find out.
Understood.
Was Windy modeled after Bone Nobel? No, because Windy does not like slouch in her chair. So, gotta throw a little slander at my fellow streamers, you know. Would void soup just be an empty bowl? You know, that makes a lot of sense actually. Just what is your soup? Void soup, empty bowl. There you go. You throw something in the bowl, it disappears. That's your void. Enjoy. All right, let's hurry up a little bit here since we don't need to worry about takeoffs quite yet. Our crab angle is still a little too high for launches, but that's actually our tech choice here. Yeah, because we are going to do is allow our forces to group up, and then we'll be going for the old winter chain around the corner.
We're en route.
Perfect.
We're underway, Commander.
Want to ask because they are similarly helpful. Fascinating.
What can we do for you,
I don't know about that
Commander?
one, but okay. Windy is catching up now, so we can go along at 2/3 speed, or we can just put everything in formation. But honestly, I kind of like this one better. Lets us keep our forces kind of around here. We're on the underside. I will say I'm very biased about this level because obvious reasons. One, I'm the voice actor for Lamplight Station. Two, because I love this sort of like integrated into the asteroid style of base. This reminds me a lot of Space Engineers, like the original like Lone Survivor map for that game, which I'm very biased about because I played a ton of that when like Space Engineers would have been like 15 years ago now with its beta. Damn, that's a while back. But yeah, so love the space station. It reminds me of that. I could just imagine like Big Red, the ship over here, doing its whole thing. Neb actually originally was kind of Space Engineers like in the sense that you built your ships out of blocks a la Roborcraft or something similar to that. So yeah. What doesn't remind me of Space Engineers? Quite a few games don't. It's just these space ones happen to remind me of that because of the layout of their station, the kind of gravity setup that they've got going for it, the way that you build up the station like that. So, yeah. Actually started as a Space Engineers pod. Yeah, it was originally built like that and then kind of moved on from there. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Alrighty, we're going to have you guys come to a halt here as Windy needs to get her butt into position to launch fighters. On you.
Understood. We're en route. What can we do for you,
You can
Commander?
group up here.
Moving out, Commander.
You're just like big orange tuna cans. Hey,
We're ready when you are, Commander.
for the record, my tuna cans are blue. Thank you very much.
Standing
The
by.
orange department, that is covered by Indy, and she's not here right now. So, yeah. We are two halves of a portal gun. I suppose if you want as well, there's technically two orange cats of Nebulous. We've got Vivi and Andy. I hang out with Andy more these days, so I'm guessing orange cat things. Yeah. Well, you painted them orange. And it's when confiscate obscene hoard of tuna. Okay, for the record, the Protectorate also happens to use blue on their color scheme a little bit,
Receiving.
okay? So it's not just me.
Ready, wizard.
I know this because I had the Barracuda made for nuclear
On
option as
fixing.
the option for a brawler skin, which I'm still very happy with how that turned out.
Wired
Could
and
go
confirmed.
ahead and run that
Consider
if you
done.
have nuclear option because I think it is quite cool.
Acknowledge.
Alright, let's see if we can just get you around the corner and then up towards here-ish.
Locking
Good.
in.
Okay.
Awaiting orders,
So the rest of our
Commander.
forces, we will just get some craft airborne and then move
Understood.
out
We're en route.
more. There we go. Got our one bomber here. Usually wait until the sundials are off the deck before launching that because it tends to make the flight times a little screwy otherwise, but I just wanted to set and forget, so here we are.
Standing by.
Okay, let's get you guys
Understood.
around the corner.
We're en
We're
route.
going to be
Aye, aye,
coming from
Commander.
below,
Moving
so let's
out.
put our heading mostly
Aye, aye,
upwards,
Commander.
shall we?
Understood.
Pathon will get missiled, you think? Let's see. Which one is that? Oh, Pantheon. Pantheon. Pantheon might, but there's currently nothing on scope, so we should be okay.
Acknowledged.
So much fighter activity for routine dock
What can
operation.
we do for you,
Literally
Commander?
every level that I go to in this game after the first initial ones, I will instantly sortie 2 flights of my defensive Tontos. People don't do this for some
Standing
reason
by.
because foolishness. You should do that. It will save your ship.
Ready.
Learning to launch alert fighters is a important part of the campaign.
Standing by. Aye, aye, Commander.
Get
Moving
you
out.
guys around the corner and then
Aye,
go say
aye,
hi to
Commander.
Winter Chain
Moving out.
or a Windy Chain once we regroup everything. Yay. Think of it as training for the deck crew. Yeah, exactly. I'm not paying the fuel budget,
Send it,
so
wizard.
I am absolutely going to use those.
What can we do for you?
You're thing going to work
can
for
we
what?
do for
Where's
you,
your bombers?
Commander?
Okay, you're still taking your second, so you go flight quarters, drop your speed by 2 for a quick second. There you are. Launch the full bomber wing. All right, back to full speed. Save your
can
ship
we
from
do
what?
for
There's
you,
nothing here. You
Commander?
never know. They said to keep
We're
our
on our
weapons
way.
ready, so we're going to do that.
We're on our way.
Windy, if you would be so kind.
We're on our way.
Alright, let's accelerate time a little bit more as
Standing
we head
by.
under the map here.
We're on our way.
This is a good question. How close can we
Receiving.
get from below here?
Awaiting orders, Commander.
I haven't actually done this in, like, ages, so,
What can we do for you, Commander? Aye, aye. Understood? We're en route. Heads up, crew.
like, okay, genuinely, how close can we get here? Because
Standing
we are
by.
about 4 kilometers away from this. Huh. Neat.
Receiving. Understood? We're en route. Understood? We're on. Standing by.
Yeah, let's just point our noses
that,
over this
Commander.
way. Do. Got the top side of Windy, which is where all of our defenses are, so good luck penning that. Anyways, up we
Aye,
go.
aye,
Let's
Commander.
go
Moving-
loot the winter
moving out,
chain, shall we?
Commander.
There it is. I knew that bounding box is here somewhere.
Too easy. Your lives end here, Alliance dogs. Space yourselves now and die with dignity.
Multiple radar contacts emerging from the berths below. No IFF detected.
Bastards!
Ambush! Prepare for contact!
There we go. Alright. Now, personal opinion, but I think that maybe there should be an autosave here. You can all thank me. I lobbied very heavily for there being more autosaves in the campaign, because when we first did our testing run, it would only autosave at the start of a level. I was like, okay, no. People are going to skish you, and we don't want them to have to repeat the levels. So I was very staunch about saying, let's add more of those in. You can also see I've moved all my campaign saves that I had for testing stuff onto the other folder that I have for that. So yeah, what can I say except you're welcome.
Wendy, come in. This is Lieutenant Commander Lambert on the Winter Chain. Commander Cutler's dead, and they've locked the docking clamps. We can't get free of the berth.
Awaiting.
You need to
orders.
reach docking control in the main tower and manually cut us loose. Hurry, we're in a firefight at the terminal.
Away.
Anyways, we're just gonna go into
Understood,
open space
Lambert.
because that's where safety is.
Admiral, we need Winter Chain's jamming capability. We cannot lose that frigate.
Alright, and let's just
Apologies,
dispose
Commander.
of
Moving
some
out,
threats.
Commander.
Ooh, hang on a second. What have we
Ready
taken
with
damage from? Ooh, wow, you are very aggressive with your grape shot. Okay, we're gonna set you on evasive hardburn. Goddamn, we do not want to lose one of you already.
Ready with
You guys evade as well.
Got a job for us? On station.
Should stay out of range with this, but still.
Acknowledged. Understood.
Okay, Windy, you're gonna move over this way,
Understood.
and then we're
We're
gonna get
en
on
route.
target and
We're
deal with
getting
things as
done,
they come.
Commander.
Okay,
Ready, wizard.
Treehouse, if we could get you up top, please and thank you to take a look at things. Okay.
Understood.
Slayer
Locking on.
grip over here and radar noise. For the record, I am absolutely going to put these
What can we
into a
do for you,
multiplayer fleet
Commander?
and try and LARP with them a
Aye,
little bit
Commander.
because that's
Moving
funny.
out.
And yeah, we'll
Moving
go from
out,
there.
Commander.
RPF ahoy.
Understood. We're en route.
The
Moving
logic
out,
Nickelboy
Commander.
Miner's dictation. What maniac things would to take out a fleet? 2 frigates, a light cruiser, and a carrier with a bunch of shuttles. Given the results we have seen when this ambush goes off against most players, pretty good.
Standing by.
And for the record, you may notice he might not be the greatest of
We're on our
tacticians.
way. We're ready when you are.
I believe that
Commander.
the summary of it was best described as, I am a genius.
Locking
Oh
in.
no. We're gonna keep ourselves moving up here. Only seeing the 2 of them here, which is kind of surprising. Okay, Lantern, you're gonna stay on station this side. Pantheon, let's have you go top of the map.
Wired and confirmed.
Ooh. Have Masquerade S1 Sprinter called Hard Winds Blow. Okay, there has been a lot of jokes about we have Windy at home
We're ready
doing
when you
a
are,
levy
Commander.
and just calling it like the
Understood.
gentle breeze
We're
puffs
en
or
route.
something.
Enemy fire incoming.
Number 3, you're gonna lock this guy up and we're gonna start sandblasting him as
Order
well.
received.
To be
Engaging
largely
now.
exposed threat-wise. Let's just
We're
fire
ready
off a
when you
singular
are,
Thunderhead
Commander.
to get some
Missile
scouting info, eh?
away. Awaiting
missile
orders,
cam.
Commander. We're underway.
Okay,
Commander.
checkmate flight on standby. Oop, there is some company coming over this way. That's not where I thought you would come from. Hello.
Strap
Hey,
in, crew.
Treehouse, we need you to come
Acknowledged.
back over this way. Eyes on
Settle
things.
down.
Alright, let's move the whole formation away now, shall we?
Understood. We're en route.
Because that is a
What can we
immediate
do for
threat
you,
right there.
Commander?
We're going to pause for a quick second, and I think that our best bet will be our mixed salvo like we did before.
Initiating
Oh,
missile launch.
okay, we don't actually know what this thing's loadout would be, so We will just send a singular Thunderhead for now. Get some scouting. Wind Suicide Bomber Shuttle Fleet. Plenty of that already exists.
Moving
There's
out.
plenty of bombers and such out there that run in YOLO solo and die.
Standing by.
All right, we're gonna lock onto you with our guns, like such, and
That's out of
you.
range, Commander.
Oh,
Awaiting
okay, that
orders,
other flank
Commander.
is getting a little bit spicy, so
Aye, aye, Commander.
continue
Moving
maneuvering
out.
as such.
Aye, aye, Commander.
You'll be able to see them
Moving
in a
out.
second here. Oh, yep, that Thunderhead is going to knock that one
Running out
out.
of
That's handy.
missiles.
Okay, number
Standing
3,
by.
number 4. There we go. 2,
Receiving.
lock
Flight number
12.
8.
Brilliant.
Away.
Oh, okay, here is the fun
Turn
starting up.
south.
Let's lock those remies. Here we see
Incoming
Windy's
missile.
with its topside defenders. Don't hurt yourself, Ruddles.
We're on our way.
Oh, no. Stop using the remises. Those are
Standing
expensive.
by.
We actually need those. Anyways, as you see here, they attempt their rocket strike and
ready
are met
when you
with
are, Commander.
general failure. Given the situation up above seems largely resolved, let's
We're ready
rotate
when
our
you
fire
are,
onto these.
Commander.
All 3 lock them up and light them up. There we go. Yay!
Moving out, Commander.
Send it,
Enemy
wizard.
missile launched.
Send it, wizard. Low missile
There
warning.
we go. You can see a couple of those intercepts going on here.
Directive
Yeah,
received.
take them out. Easy. Alright, you guys are a little low on fuel, so
Send
we'll
it, wizard.
RTB everyone, and then
What can we
also
do
get
for you,
another flight of
Commander?
fighters up, just in case we need them. Yoink. And there we go. If your name would general failure, unsure whether it be given
Enemy
commands.
missile launched.
Unsure,
Commander.
but
Moving
general
out.
failure. Full unpaid. I'm not sure where you're seeing that exactly, but
Send it, wizard.
okay.
Flight number
Hey,
What can we do
Wimdy,
for you,
if you would be so
Commander?
kind as to just use your Previses, or Defenders
Standing
rather. There we
by.
go. Alright, full unpaid doing its thing.
Understood. We're en route.
Got everyone on target more or less. Okay, let's see. Where are those other fighter craft? We do have to
Ready
worry
when
about our
you are,
timers, so
Commander.
we'll start
We're
heading
on our
upwards
way.
this way since we need somebody to
Moving
dock.
out, Commander.
Number 4 is going to
Locking
lock
them
this
up.
up, and we'll use those secondary guns on that thing. Should be good, and then we'll just head over and cap.
Standing by.
It'll-
Understood. We're
Okay,
en
let's take a
route.
look. You're still good up top, providing us radar intel. You can drop down about 1 kilometer and still be
Locking in.
safe. Lantern over here, you're going to pull a little bit this
Wire
way.
and confirm.
And there we go. Everybody on target. RPF rounds doing RPF things. Let's switch to
Copy.
you. Number 2,
Opening
lock that up.
fire.
Thank you.
Awaiting
3, you're
orders,
going to lock
Commander.
that as well. 4, you're on target over here. Okay. 4, you're doing what?
Standing
Is that
by.
grape shot towards Windy? Yeah, it's grape shot at Windy. That's fine.
We're
All
underway.
right.
Commander.
Windy, drop down to flight quarters. Thank you very much. Our
What can we do
bombers as
for you?
well are low on fuel, so
What
we're going
can
to
we
have
do for
you
you,
launch
Commander?
more of them. There we go. Prep your
Standing
timers.
by.
Okay, let's get the objective done, then, shall we?
Receiving.
Okay, number
Standing
3,
by.
lock this guy up. Let's light him
Understood.
up because he's
Enemy
the
fire
problem
incoming.
area. And yeah, we'll go from there. You
Standing
guys
by.
can do your RP.
Firing on that
Actually,
target.
yeah, you'll do light RPF shot on that guy because I want
Engaging
to secure the
target.
flank. And you'll just take the
Keyword
main
detected.
brunt of the aggression. Annoying guns.
Receiving.
No one getting
What?
dinged? Not really.
Light
Windy's
number
just taking
5,
like a
bingo.
light scratch to the paint here and there.
What can we do
Rather
for you,
rude of you,
Commander?
actually. You're going to
Enemy
eat
has
a
buzzers.
handful of Thunderheads. just to take a
Understood.
quick cleanup.
Launching missile.
Oh, speaking of quick Thunderheads, let's hit the flank
Commander.
thrusters and get out the way of those.
Aye, aye, Commander. Moving
There.
out. We're ready when you are.
Good dodge.
Commander. Moving out, Commander.
Alright. That should be most of this cleaned up
Ready when
then.
you are, Commander.
We got one more left here, but
Awaiting
that's
orders,
okay.
Commander.
You're, I think, no longer a threat. You guys have popped chaff, but with the way that we have these missiles keyed up, they should go for the ship in front, I
What
think.
can we do for you, Commander?
Yeah.
Moving out, Commander. We're ready when
Mindy
you are,
taking a little
Commander.
scratch here and there, but
Awaiting
she's a tough
orders,
gal and can
Commander.
handle it.
Enemy has commenced
Oh,
jam.
okay, their Previses are still active, as it turns out, so that's rather
What
annoying.
can we do for you, Commander?
I don't think
Flight
that
9,
yours will be,
fly
right?
on
Let's see.
fumes.
Yeah, you're
We
just,
are bingo.
I think you're pretty well
Standing
toasted.
by.
Let's send a Thunderhead pair down here. And then you guys can lock up this one like such. Go RPF on target. And you should be able to high explosive this
Engaging
number
target.
4, lock him up. 2
What
and
can we
3,
do for
lock
you,
him up.
Commander?
We are.
What can
Okay.
we do for you, Commander? We're underway,
Business as usual.
Commander.
There we are.
Understood.
target swap.
Engaging the enemy.
RPF rounds against the front of shuttles are notorious for not doing things because they get hit by these like thrusters and just damage split all of that stuff into like the Ithacas or other stuff up front. So not the best, not the worst. There we go. We should get a lock on target here. Oh, they are going to go after the chaff after all. So, what can you do? It's a basic act Thunderhead.
Awaiting orders, Commander.
It's cheap. You get what you pay for.
We're underway.
All right,
Commander.
Wimby, I need you to kindly move
Understood.
up.
We're
You
en
large,
route.
wonderful gal, you. You
Ready when
just,
you
yep,
are,
keep the
Commander.
explosives. There we are. All right, let's pause for a second. Lock
Awaiting
on and
orders,
clear
Commander.
targets as they come. There we are. start moving our way towards that boarding point.
Aye, Commander. Moving out.
Beautiful
Incoming
times.
enemy fire.
Aye, Commander. Moving out.
Okay,
Standing
3,
by.
you're going to target the radar noise, and we'll
Receiving.
just deal with this immediate issue here.
They're gonna
That's a
learn
mild
today.
annoyance.
Standing by.
Shouldn't be any more trouble.
Affirmative.
One of you is still moving, but that's all right.
Enemy jammer.
You're mostly dead. I think your chaff launcher still works,
Standing
though.
by.
Okay, there we
We're
go.
ready
That's
when you
that
are,
dealt with.
Commander.
You. Yeah.
Firing on that
Actually, no,
target.
this one's moving, so we'll
Locking
hit
them
it
up.
first.
Engaging.
Yeah, and we'll just head to the boarding point.
Understood. We're en route.
For you,
We're
Wimdy,
on
let's
our
get
way.
you oriented towards Iron
Aye,
Spindles,
aye,
since we're going to move
Commander.
out shortly. Yeah, just dispose of the various little OSP threats here. Punches up, sleight of hand, running late, the just getting started, unknowable intent. Love these names they chose for this.
What can we do
I'm very
for you,
tempted to let the
Commander?
objective thing expire because the failure time is, well, it's generous.
Standing by.
I don't even need to pause there. But the dialogue when it fails is quite good. I'm very happy with how that turned out. They did some wonderful like
We're ready
audio
when
and
you
sound
are,
design for this.
Commander.
Yeah, we're gonna have you RTB because you're pretty damaged and we don't want to lose you.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Yeah, haven't done the
Standing
VA
by.
stuff for this level. Marshall absolutely cooked. Like, I gave some okay voice performance because I'm not the greatest voice actor out there, but like the edit and stuff that they put on for it, yeah. Very much recommend
Receiving.
if you have the time trying to do like some of the like full dialogue explores for this.
Aye, aye,
great.
Commander.
Okay, that's gonna be that one dead.
Awaiting orders,
Going to
Commander.
this guy now. Let's
Commander.
load you up. The most of our
Order
RPF
received.
done.
Engaging now.
Okay, number
Standing
4, we're
by.
gonna have you just zoomies your way over here.
Moving.
Go.
Executing your
Who's Marshall?
orders.
Marshall is one of the
Moving out,
developers. So List does a lot of the programming. Marshall does a bunch of the lore
Awaiting
writing and
orders,
stuff. You can
Commander.
thank them for all the new lore blurbs. Get telling you about the exciting little details of the world there. So yeah.
All enemy ships in the area have been assessed as disabled or destroyed, Admiral.
Awaiting orders, Commander.
Now we need to get back aboard and find that
Ready
station
when you are,
chief.
Commander.
This station is huge. We don't have time to hunt him down on his home turf. We need to get supplies and get moving. A mining station won't have much for us, but we can at least help ourselves to any fuel. Until we can find our oiler, we'll eat as much as we can hold.
We're underway.
Yeah, fine. Like yeah.
Commander.
My character here, I will say, doesn't have like a. Oop, there's the
We're
autosave, so we
underway,
complete that.
Commander.
That is a nice autosave they included here, which is happening after, you know, like,
Awaiting orders,
all
Commander.
the, like, enemies have been gone. That's a
Flight
wonderful
19,
thing, because if you get
reporting
blooms
critical
during, like, the
fuel.
looting phase, you don't
RTB.
want to play the whole level again, so
Send your traffic.
glad they included that. We're going to
Ready
go
when
ahead
you
and
are,
order a
Commander.
boarding here and then clear that. We still have 5 minutes on the clock, so I'm not
Standing by.
particularly worried. Anyways, we'll just get over towards these berths and such.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Let's
Moving
flip the
out.
nose around this direction, shall we?
We'll get it done, Commander.
And Wimdy, you're going to be heading, let's see, what's the orientation on this again? It's towards the 45 line, I'm pretty sure, so
We'll get it done,
Wimby
Commander.
is going to go this way.
We're underway, Commander.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay,
Awaiting
you
orders,
don't have
Commander.
time to, like, find the station chief, so nothing happens from him, like, in the story afterwards, to my knowledge, but I think that's kind of a cool idea there, so, yeah. I kind of want to do custom campaign stuff set on, like, the Lamplight level. I've talked to a couple people. It's like, hey, would that be, like, too on the nose having, like, the Lamplight guy return? And I was thinking, like, well, it's just fandom stuff, right? It's not considered canon. So it could be fun for, like, a little thing there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I talked to one of the... who is it? I talked to... It's Papa Panda, I think is his handle. And, yeah, we agree that Lamplight Station totally has a pizza and a kebab shop in it. So... yeah, you can get yourself some food here. You dock with this one during the custom campaign Operation Brick
Awaiting orders,
Oven.
Commander.
And yeah, you pick up a whole bunch of pizzas. So yeah, we fundamentally believe that there is, in fact, a kebab shop on here with a slow rotating pillar of meat. Go get yourself a
Standing
kebab.
by.
Receiving.
Yeah. We will see if anything ever happens with that. That's just the case where it's like, in Act 1, I'm not mentioned again. But for a, like, one level introduction thing, I'm quite happy with it.
Standing by.
Yeah, Panda does some
Understood.
wonderful things.
We're en route.
I would link
Copy
their
that,
art and
Commander.
stuff here, but
Send the
I
traffic.
don't know which ones I'm allowed to show off. All of their public stuff, I believe, is good to
Moving.
talk about, but obviously I don't want to like show off things that they haven't released or advertised or stuff anywhere, so I'm playing it
Standing
safe.
by.
Anyways, we're gonna board here with still about 4 minutes left to spare. You can see the wonderful grappling animations go on here. Get maneuvers into position with the tethers, and then it's going to send the the docking port out any second now. Come on. Figure it out. Speed. Hello? There you go. See the old tube here as we're going to send in the boarding team. Yay.
Receiving.
What is Pan's handle? If somebody could grab that off the Discord, it should be in their bio. You'll find them on the Nebulous Discord there. You can see their blue sky and I think
We're
like an
ready
art
when you
station or
are,
tumblers
Commander.
where they put most of their things. I don't actually remember off the top of my
Understood.
head.
We're en route.
Yeah. Corey, you should be able to
Course,
grab
yeah.
that one then for people to see.
We'll get it done.
Okay, Stout, if you would be so
What
kind.
can we do for you, Commander?
Wimdy, you've recovered every fighter, and as we see here, we are still at our full count, so yippee.
Standing
Let's
by.
just get you back into position, like right here-ish.
Moving out,
Probably the
Commander.
best spot for it. Yeah, that looks like the right one there, so you can go check out that link if you so desire, folks.
Standing by.
Almost done our boarding, just gonna accelerate time a little bit more.
Power.
Windy, this is Chain. We're clear of the station. Lieutenant Commander Lambert taking command.
There we go.
Receiving.
Windy Chain has now been promoted into our task force's electronic warfare support role, so yay, congratulations to it. Got itself a VLS-2 full of active decoys.
We're ready
Long
when
Lance,
you are,
I believe,
Commander.
also has some, or it did. It might have actually used all
We're
of them
ready when
already,
you
so
are,
whoops.
Commander.
We're going to just order
Aye,
some
aye,
docking
Commander.
action
Moving
here, because
out.
we want our ships to refuel.
Receiving.
Winter Chain has already fueled up, which is quite nice, so we
Ready
don't have to
whenever
worry
you
about that. That said,
Standing
the
by.
other two are going to need some gas, so
Standing
go ahead
by.
and do that. Number 4, you can disconnect
Moving
here
to
and
that
then
position.
move over and dock,
Heading
please.
there now, Commander.
And yeah, we'll just go about it from there. Gotta say, interesting
Receiving.
watching someone that's not only experienced this game, but also playtest the campaign approach the various missions compared to people that haven't, but have some experience. You that have a little experience and someone that went in mostly blind, just seeing different approaches and results. You have to understand, I've played these first couple levels more times than I have fingers on my hands. So yeah, I've kind of looked at the ins and outs and like figured things out. I also did like a initial kind of like tally count for various ships in the campaign. So I was like, okay, well, just how many vessels do you end up taking out in the campaign? How much like tonnage do you end up sinking? What's the overall like combat effectiveness rate? You're didn't see that on the scope. Okay. Your task force sinks like 100 vessels over the course of the campaign or so, which is not an insignificant amount. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, and fun fact from testing, I am allowed to disclose this, I'm pretty sure. At one point, reactor blooms were bugged, so visually they like obscured the entire like screen. It was really funny, and I still don't know why that happened, but probably one of my favorite things from testing it. I'm just like, how do you know the reactor bloom went off? My screen is white! How many ships ended up being bloomed on average in your testing? For campaigns and stuff, I was pretty careful
Standing
about it,
by.
so I don't think I got cooked at all. But I will say once or twice I had seen people definitely not pay attention to the timer and then get punished for it. I've kind of gotten past the point where I feel like I need to loot everything on a level, so it's made it so I'm a little bit better about avoiding kind of like free
Awaiting
punishments
orders,
like that.
Commander.
I'm just going to be grabbing your stuff here.
Understood. We're
Oh,
en
also,
route.
other thing I will take credit for. These transfer fuel things, with the control shift and stuff, I did recommend this. So you can thank me for not giving yourselves carpal tunnel because you have to go beep, 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 beep every time you press these. I will take credit for small suggestions I made here and there because I think
Awaiting
they were good
orders,
ideas.
Commander.
Maybe I wasn't the final one to be the deciding factor on them, in which case credit does go to the appropriate people as they are issued all their various credits and stuff.
Awaiting orders,
But I will
Commander.
say the things that I
We're on
suggested.
our way.
So, all right, we got these
Send to
guys
traffic.
fueled up. You're good there. Stout, you need you to get over
Ready.
here. So, don't think it's much worth looting other than the Draugr missiles. Yeah, you could technically
Heading here now,
loot like
Commander.
100 mil and rockets if you wanted to for later on, like when you get some craft that could equip those. But the Draugr missiles are good, so
Receiving.
it can be worth getting those. Other fun thing we did in the testing thing, where originally it was like the loot table was kind of fixed, so every time you looted a ship, it would be more or less fixed there. It was changed at one point to be based on what the current inventory of the ship is. So if you're good, you can end up sniping some ships before they use a bunch of their missiles, and then you get rewarded for doing that. So it's a nice little feedback loop there of like, oh, I was smart. I used like some expensive HECP missiles, but I gutted this multi-mission tug before it was able to
Standing
send its
by.
full missile salvo. So now I get like 10 size 2 missiles. So yeah. When can you use 100 mil? If you loot Sturgeon bombers in the campaign, you can use 100 mil gun pods on them. And that can actually be pretty effective against some of the larger, well, not necessarily the larger, like if it's a thin skin liner, you got to worry about point defense. But if you have a bunch of multi-mission tugs or shuttles, you can end up peppering them with 100 mil, and that works pretty
Awaiting
nicely if you want to
orders,
play it cheap.
Commander.
Okay, Windy
We're ready
is all
when you
fueled
are,
up. In terms
Commander.
of loot and stuff, there's not really much to do here. There's a couple restores if we needed them, but we haven't really lost anything. There's no ammunition because, again, it's a civilian station, so there wouldn't be anything here. My understanding of it, and this is, again, just strictly my headcanon, is that these were largely ships that were, like, saying, oh, shit, there's Alliance fleets that have arrived in system. Transit time happens to, you know, like, take time to emerge here. All these other ships have emerged, and they kind of populate the space, so Protectorate's scrambling, so it kind of makes sense that they're doing a, like, refueling stop here at what is essentially a civilian mining port. So they just happen to be inside these enclosed bays here. And then when you showed up, they were like, oh shit, well, okay. It's not clear whether the Winter Chain was docked here for a long time as bait, or if it happened to be a recent development, then they impounded right then. That's one of the nebulous things they leave up for you, so yeah. Other cool thing I like is the shuttle's design. If we could see one. The shuttles are kind of meant to offload in a pressurized space, which is why these vertical, like, kind of bays makes a lot of sense, because you just bring it down like you have the, like, fighter hangar crafts stuff, and then these seal up, they pressurize them, and then they, like, put their landing ramp thing down like you see on the Millennium Falcon and load people in and out. How did Commander Lambert die? Commander Cutler died probably in a firefight in the terminal. I'm not sure if that's made clear. Again, this is only stuff that is in the campaign that I'm just explaining because I played this a bunch. So, yeah. When they ended up dying, it's because I assumed that they either got killed earlier on or it was in an immediate terminal firefight there. It's not clear, so it's a little bit kind of like up to audience interpretation, and I think that's kind of neat. You guys are at full speed. You're good here. Okay, so Loom, you're going to go attach onto Longlands. Chain, you're going to attach onto Longlands as well. And then Stout Coral is going to attach as well. But yeah, what you're told in the level is pretty simple. There's a firefight in the terminal. The commander is dead. One guy takes command. There you go. Part of me with this level wants to run like my own little band level of it, where it's like, okay, it's the setup to when Windy arrives, where like a panic scout shows up and says, yo, there's an Alliance task force, a super carrier level, because they happen to see you guys burn in from your giant space wormhole thing. Then you've got like all the other forces that have to rally up and dock at your various points. There's the act of like, okay, Winter Chain has been lured here, they're locked in, and that's just like the preamble setup to Windy arriving. I think that's a really cool like concept for it, but yeah. I'd say, like most of the lines of Cutlass, pure professionalism and detachment fitting for such a job. Yeah, Cutlass is really fucking cool. They're pretty much the elite boarding party. It's not made exactly clear that this is the case, but yeah, they're intended as like the kind of spec ops cool guy shits who are just, well, if there was the boarding guys, it's them.
Standing by.
Okay, is Stout refueled yet? No, I didn't refuel Stout. I just formation them. Okay, we're gonna move everyone to go to Iron Spindle here, so let's do a little bit of that. Windy, you can align yourself to Spindle's angle, and same goes for you. Yeah. Weird Cutlass teleports between ships. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like kind of hand wavy because they didn't want to have to make you exactly dock the flagship, I assume. Well, it could be cool in some cases, it is just a lot more convenient to send a frigate over. But yeah, Cutlass is your cool guys who go in and board things. It's great. I really like the voice acting they've done for it. I know that a lot of us were kind of more amateurish in terms of like stuff, because I've not done like a whole bunch of professional voice acting. I have a background in theater, and I've spent all this time on Twitch that you've seen, so I have some ability for it, but it really is cool how it ended up all coming together and being delivered. Very happy with the team we had. Yeah. Additionally, there should be voice acting stuff for Act 2, so when they eventually put stuff up there, if you like the voice acting in Act 1 and think that you can do better, then go ahead and submit applications for whenever that comes up again, because I'm sure they'll want more voice applicants, since, I mean, hey, just more people to choose from and selection stuff, and getting a sense of like the kind of tone of campaign lets you better prepare your applications, so look forward to whenever that will be. I have no insider information to reveal or even know about this. I'll just publicly say it'll come when it's ready, because that's been my approach for every game thing that I think should be, you know, structured for. Might sign up for that in professional after all. Well, I mean, a voxel, you could. You never know, they might need a space Dutchman. Performance themselves solid. Yeah, I'm very happy with how things came together, so. Alright. Actually, there you go. Yeah, there's your spoiler. Act 2 of Nebulous. It's actually the silent movie. It's gonna be the Bethel slapstick comedy starring Constantine Chaplin with his silly bowler hat. Yeah.
We're ready when you are,
For legal
Commander.
purposes, this is a joke. All right, let's get everyone oriented and then get the hell out of here, shall we? I think we got everything fueled up. Yes, we did. Oop. go out of here.
We're ready when
Okay.
you are, Commander.
We have a little fun around here, you know?
Moving
great.
out, Commander.
Okay. Let's speed it on up as we exit system, and yeah, good times are had by all. We can go up to 10x speed.
Awaiting orders, Commander.
Yeah, I'll give you all a little bit of insight about certain stuff. I'm obviously not going to give you full disclosure for testing things, because some things had to be cut, moved around, etc., as it goes for every game's development and that. And I also respect the developers enough to, say, hey, you guys have some stuff you don't want us to talk about. That is perfectly valid. We should keep our mouths shut and let some surprises be surprises and things. And also just then allow people to kind of guess a little bit and say, ooh, well, maybe this will be a thing for Act 2. So, keeping y'all in the loop, but as you would respectively have. Time to beat yourself up. You're a little late for that, Firebird. We've already done that. Anyways, as you see, that level took us about 55 real-time minutes, so let me have that. What game doesn't have cut features because scope? That is another thing. A lot of people will get upset because some of the levels that you find in the fleet editor didn't make it into the campaign, and that is because certain times they just couldn't quite manage to figure it out. It's like, okay, well, do we have time to design this level and implement this? How does the pacing go for this thing? But yeah, always good times. All right, yeah, we saw our fighters do a little bit of work there. Once again, Long Lance pull some numbers. Long Lance is already up to 32k damage dealt this campaign. So for everyone who is saying that, ooh, Long Lance bad, early game thing, it's like, guys, you have the ultimate light sweeper ship tool. What are you doing? Why are you complaining? The only problem with Long Lance is they run out of ammo. I've used already half of its ammunition budget here, I'm pretty sure. This post game is a little bit misleading sometimes because it doesn't quite account for things perfectly, but yeah. Who says Long Lance is bad? Some people in Nebulous Discord were complaining that Long Lance is terrible bad and they can't punch down early game. We need to get beam destroyers from the get-go or stuff like that. Seriously, Long Lance does so much in the early game, and even the mid to late game, it punches pretty hard. Replenishment, we can't replenish. Repairs, we can't replenish. But yeah, Long Lance is the hero of the first sort of section of the camp. I divided it into 3 kind of sections, up to, I think it's Anacrusis is kind of your first section. After that, until you get to Frostline, that's kind of your second section. And then the third one is leading up to the final bits. So yeah.